All right. Welcome back to the healing. We are now in episode 2. In the last video, the episode 1 finale, Lucy was taken. Lucy was taken by Dr. Crow and that creepy mask of his. As you can see here, Lucy is in the hands of Dr. Crow. What is the Wicked Plague Doctor up to? We wish you thrilling entertainment with episode 2. Let's go ahead and get started with episode 2 right now. So, all right, we're back with the strangers. When we were talking to Zoe is when we got the video call or the video call from Lucy, to which she was approaching her doll. There was a message that looked like it was written in German. It was backwards, upside down, behind the doll, behind this record player that Dr. Crow was playing. And then next thing you know, Lucy turns around and Dr. Crow's right in her face. Even said something along the lines of, I think he even said, he was like, "Hello, Lucy." Something like that. But now we're here with the strangers back in the group chat. Oh, God, did you see that? I sure did, Anna. I sure did. Oh, here's the picture of Dr. Crow. Look at that. Creepy eyes, creepy beak. Definitely doesn't look like the typical plague doctor's mask there at all. I mean, the eyes even look real. They look like real eyeballs. Creepy. These eyes, the whole body is shaking. Or my whole body is shaking, says Anna. Roxy looked like she's typing out a paragraph. Or we got stuck. It's possible that we got stuck. I may have to restart the game. I'm in an endless loop of Roxy trying to write something out. All right, I'm going to restart the game right now. All right, I've restarted the game. We're back to this part where... Okay, Anna says, these eyes, my whole body is shaking. We have to help her. Somebody has to do something. Valentine. I just tried to call Lucy, but she doesn't answer her phone. Yeah, because she doesn't have her phone anymore. Dr. Crow probably has her phone. Tim, surely there must be some way to find out her address. Bernd, was the provider able to give you any information? Roxy, he's still offline. Was Shadow able to? Shadow's not even watching this chat right now. So hopefully Shadow's trying to figure out where Lucy's location is. Oh, Lucy is in danger. What do you want to do? What do we do now? So normally when these types of messages pops up, if you're watching this and you haven't made this decision yet, normally when these types of messages pop up, that means you need to make a decision. Well, obviously it means you need to make, but the decision you make is going to have a drastic effect on the outcome of the game. It could potentially save a life. It could potentially end a life. And in this case, it's Lucy's life that is on the line. So, what do we do now? Call Bernd, contact Dr. Crow, or ask Shadow for help. I feel like the obvious answer is to ask Shadow for help. But I also feel like Shadow knows what's going on. Shadow is on the case, and Shadow is working to figure it out. I feel like it's pointless to contact Shadow about it, or to ask Shadow, because Shadow's trying. I have no doubt. Bernd is offline, and calling Bernd would be like the second option, like second in line. So I'm kind of curious as to what happens if we contact Dr. Crow. Like, contacting Dr. Crow, will that be like a video message? Will Dr. Crow give us some type of encryptic message or clue or hint as to what's going on with Lucy? Maybe. So I'm curious. And I'm curious as to how many of you guys called Bernd or asked Shadow for help, and what happened if you called Bernd or asked Shadow for help. So if you did one of those two, other than contact Dr. Crow, because that's what we're going to do right now, we're going to contact Dr. Crow. I feel like that's probably the least used option of these three. I feel like most players are going to ask Shadow or call Burned. So let me know in the comments what happens when you call Burned or ask Shadow. We're contacting Dr. Crow. I have a feeling he's just going to give us some kind of cryptic message, though. We're going to contact him. We're going to call Dr. Crow, enter the shown contact ID in order to make a call. 7414441. I'm hoping he picks up. The other thing that's in my mind is that he probably won't even pick up. He's just going to be like, I ain't talking to you. Let's find out.
The great healing has begun. Lucy is the first. Her healing will make her a better person.
Well, wasn't very encryptic. That was straight to the point there, Dr. Crow. Lucy is the first victim of the great healing. Now, what is the great healing? We know from Clara that the great healing was getting waterboarded, which I don't know how that's supposed to heal anybody. Shadow is now paying attention to the chat. So I wonder what Lucy's healing is. And we need to figure out what Lucy's doll has anything to do with it. Burned, I apologize it took so long. I just got off the phone with the provider. It is pointless. They will not, under any circumstances, disclose any personal data. I'm incredibly sorry. So contacting Burned wouldn't have helped at all. Valentine, I'm the one who needs to be sorry. Sorry for not taking you seriously, Anna. I was so unbelievably stupid. Anna says, Valentine, it's not your fault. Julia says, that's right. Stop crying. That doesn't get us anywhere. None of us are to blame. And they're both right. I mean, Valentine is right in apologizing, but Anna is right in the fact that it's not Valentine's fault. Like, you know, nobody really understood how serious this all was until we get stuck in another loop. But nobody realized how serious this was until serious things happened. And Valentine is now figuring it out that it is serious. So but it looks like we're in another time loop, and it's a never-ending loop. So we're gonna have to restart the game again. All right, we're back in. So none of us are to blame. What else were we supposed to do then? Nothing. All we can do is hope that Lucy will get in touch soon. Julius is right. There's nothing we can do for her right now. There's no way I'm going to sit around and do nothing, say nothing. No, I see. You know. I disagree with Julius. I disagree, Julius. Julius says that we can't do anything. All we have to do, or all we can do, is hope, and that Lucy will get in touch soon. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that will happen at all in any shape or form. I mean, Lucy is abducted, and there's no way that we're gonna get in touch with her. I mean, it's just not gonna. We got to do something. We can't just sit around and do nothing. We have to do something. So yeah, I disagree with Julius there, and Julius should understand. I feel like Julius would understand it. I feel like Julius would have been the first one to be like, "Yo, we need to do something right now." I feel like that fits his MO, but I guess not. Burned, I totally agree with you there, tongue-tied. I certainly will not sit here and wait while Lucy is in the hands of this psychopath. The provider advised me to involve the police immediately, and that's exactly what we should do now. We should have done this much earlier, says Roxy. You were right all along, Anna. But I feel like there was a time that Dr. Crow said don't involve the police, and if we did, like, bad things were going to happen. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that was the case. Anna says, I hope the police find out Lucy's address and they get to her quickly. Roxy says, I just want to hear that Lucy is okay. Tim says, everything will be fine. Shadow's reaching out to us. Tim says, everything will be fine, Anna. The police will be able to help us. Let's find out what Shadow has to say. Tongue-tied. Yes. Hopefully you've been reading and following along, Shadow, because there's a lot going on right now. Did you catch all that? The situation seems to be slowly getting out of control. Holy poop emoji. Look, did you catch all that, Shadow? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. Yes, he did. Or she did. Whoever Shadow is. Yes, Shadow did. What is this psycho planning to do with Lucy? What do we do now? You have to do something. I think it's up to Shadow, right? The hacker, to figure out where Lucy is, where Dr. Crow is, where Dr. Crow took Lucy, what's going on, how do we get Lucy back, how do we get Lucy out of Dr. Crow's hands. I feel like Shadow needs to do something. And that's what we're going to do. Look, Shadow, you need to do something. He's really our only hope at this point. Burned was shot down by the police. I mean, or not police, the provider. They weren't giving Burned any information or data. Shadow says I'm on it, which I assumed Shadow was. I have an idea how we might find out where Lucy lives. I'm about to hack into her phone, her home network via her phone's Wi-Fi connection. This will give me access to all devices that are logged into her Wi-Fi. It also looks like she has security cameras in the house. Oh, we're about to see a bunch of stuff. So Lucy has all kinds of cameras. She has a living room, bedroom. Why you got a bedroom? Why you got a camera in your bedroom, Lucy? Making some videos? Making some videos for the hub, Lucy? Kidding. Anyways, Lucy's Alexa, which is more of an audio thing, I think. The TV spare room. Why would it? Is it a? Oh, that might just be a Wi-Fi connection for the TV. Camera in the driveway. That might help. Vodafone router. Camera in the living room. So we got a bunch of cameras. We got a receiver in the living room. We got cameras in the bedroom and the living room and the driveway. Nothing really down in the basement, but there are like Alexa where you can have some audio. So many cameras, pretty paranoid, isn't it? Not in my opinion. And how is that going to help you find out where she lives? I know I could count on you, Shadow, because I understand how that could help find out where she is, especially the driveway camera. I mean, that you could get like a street sign, a house number. You can get a bunch of stuff from a driveway camera. A general location just by what it looks like. I mean, you could find out a lot. I hope the others in your group feel the same way. You got to add me to your group straight away. Burned must not involve the police under any circumstances. So now Shadow is willing to join the group. Interesting. Please enter the ID of the user you'd like to add Shadow to the strangers. 280888. New contact has been added to the strangers. So now everybody's going to freak out because Shadow's added to the strangers and Shadow's a hacker. And now people are probably going to be upset that, Shadow hasn't communicated before. Guys, it's finally time for you to find out the whole truth. Shadow can help us save Lucy. I have someone here who has something important to say to you. Look, I think that's the best way to go. I have somebody here that has something important to say to you because I don't want to say it's time to find out the whole truth, because that clearly means that we've been hiding stuff from the group, and the group won't appreciate that. Shadow can help us save Lucy. They might appreciate that, but then they're going to be like, who's Shadow? What's Shadow about? But look, maybe Shadow should just introduce themselves and let them know the important information. Hello, I asked Tongue-Tied to add me to the group chat. What is this? Who are you? Julius is skeptical and not happy, as usual. Shadow, sorry, there's no time for explanations now. You must not involve the police under any circumstances, or else you'll all be in great danger. Burned, I don't understand. Julius says, what the fuck? Fill us in, will you? Well, just give Shadow a chance, Julius. Tell them, Shadow. Okay, now please listen to me carefully. Should I just have Shadow tell him? Yeah, I'm just going to have Shadow tell him. That way I don't accidentally get information confused and details messed up. Dr. Crow threatened to harm you if you call the police. He sent Tongue-Tied this video. Right, I remember. You guys remember that video. Should we just go ahead and watch again? You guys remember the video. Rats spread the plague, meaning don't call the police. Don't be a rat. Don't call the police. That was what smoke stole. But that was the message that Dr. Crow was sending. So what? That's just some more bullshit. And what makes you think that's a threat? The fact that he already has Lucy. Don't be a rat. He obviously doesn't want you guys to involve anyone, especially not the cops. Julia says, huh? If that's supposed to be a threat, then to all of us. Why didn't you tell us about it earlier? We'll explain that later. We got to act quickly now and save Lucy from the worst. Wait a minute, slow down, says Julius. After everything that has happened, I no longer trust anyone, especially not someone who hides behind a mask like a coward. Look, Julius, don't be calling us people behind the mask cowards. That's not what it is. Especially not someone who hides behind a mask like a coward and tells us not to call the police. Like, don't be messing with my mask, Julius. I give you my word so you can trust Shadow. Julius, please stop for a minute. Wait, Julius, there's more. I give you my word you can trust Shadow. Look, you can, but I don't know how much my word is worth, to be honest with you, but you can trust Shadow, and that's the honest truth. Julius says, I don't give a damn. I've had enough of these fucking masks. Shadow, my mask has nothing to do with this case. I'm a hacker, and the most important thing for me is to be anonymous. I'll try to keep this as short as possible. So there's a picture of Clara. Clara's already been abducted. This is Clara Foster, my best friend. Roxy says, what about her? Here's a picture of what happened. Clara was abducted, and there was writing on the wall. It says guilty. That's Clara being held. Dr. Crow kidnapped her. To stop him, I contacted Tongue-Tied today. Clara seems to... This all happened in a day? Is that what they're trying to say? That this all happened in one day? It's a lot of shit to happen in one day. Clara seems to know him, but Tongue-Tied cannot remember her. Oh God, how sick. Why does he do such terrible things? Julia says, we know by now this guy is sick and dangerous, but what does that have to do with Lucy? Our response, do you really not get it, or do you just not want to get it, Julius? Shadow wants to show you what this freak is capable of. We still have to find out. I mean, we do want to show Julius what Dr. Crow is capable of, and we do have a video of what's happening to Clara that we could potentially show Julius and the entire group, and that's gonna really cause some pressure on the group. They're gonna see what's going on, and they're not gonna like that at all. I'm gonna go with that because I feel like it will help Shadow gain more trust with the group. Shadow wants to show you something. Wants to show you what this freak is capable of. Is he gonna send the video? We have no idea what he will do to Lucy and Clara if we call the police. Let's not get intimidated by this threat, says Tim. Anna, Tim is right. There's no way we can let Lucy down now. So we all agree then. Lucy's life is in danger, and involving the police is our only option. My thing is, Tim, you know, if you involve the police, what are you going to tell the police? You don't know where Lucy is. You can't tell the police where to go. You involve the police, you potentially put Lucy's life in more danger because you have nothing to go off of. Shadow says, wait, there's another possibility to save Lucy. Julia says, what do you mean? Shadow, by using Lucy's home network, I was able to pinpoint the location of the house to a 150-meter radius. So, right, using the cameras, the network, the routers, and all that good stuff, 150-meter radius. It's going to be house 1, 2, or 3. If it's a radius, it could happen anywhere between there. I feel like it would have to be close to the middle, right? I mean, maybe not, but I feel like if it's trying to pinpoint something and gives you a radius, the closest place to look or the most obvious place to look is in the middle. Now, we might be able to figure this out by using the cameras. The driveway camera, whether it has one car, whether it has like one, it looks like a darker black car, whether it has two cars that's a white and a black, or whether it has two cars that's a both white cars. If we can look at the camera, the driveway camera, then we can figure out which house it is. So hopefully we have some pictures of the driveway. Valentine says, "Wow, Julius, you really are a hacker, huh? And what do the numbers mean?" It means that it's one of those 3 houses. Lucy lives in one of these 3 houses, right? I'm a damn genius. Wait a minute. I know that area. It's not far from my place. Dr. Crow is now online. That's not good. Or maybe it is good. I have no idea. It doesn't seem like it's good. Shadow, sorry I have to go offline for a minute. So Shadow doesn't seem like he enjoys being, or that they enjoy being online when Dr. Crow is online. I feel like Shadow knows that Dr. Crow has a good sense of technology, and might potentially be able to hack into Shadow, maybe. Tongue-tied, what is this all about? I'll let you know here in a second. But Shadow says, did you see that? Dr. Crow is back online. I did see that. I'm trying to access his phone right now. Okay, so maybe Shadow was like, look, I'll be right back. He's going to go hack into Dr. Crow's phone and try to get some more information. I need to find out what he's up to. Please remember that the group must not call the police under any circumstances. One of them has to go to Lucy's house. You can save her without involving the police. Maybe. Maybe we can. Are we supposed to? Okay, Roxy. Tongue-tied, what was that all about? Tongue-tied, would you please answer? I will. Why is Shadow suddenly offline? You really do have some explaining to do. Look, don't worry. I'll explain it soon. There's no time for that. Just trust me. Shadow is trying to access Dr. Crow's. Look, I'm gonna tell him straight up. Shadow is trying to access Dr. Crow's cell phone. That way we can get more information. Like that's good information to know. That's good information to share with the group. The group will hopefully then trust Shadow a little bit more. And for that, he has to go offline. Sorry, guys. I just don't trust this dude. The strange mass, the sudden rush of wanting to help us, and then he suddenly knows where Lucy lives and goes offline. Burned, what do you think of all this? Byrne says, based on the new options and the fact that I take Dr. Crow's threats quite seriously, I have decided to wait a little longer before I involve the police. That's smart, Burned. Burned using the old noggin. Anna, guys, I can't take this not knowing anymore. I'm heading there now. That's good. We need Anna on the way there now. Valentine, you want to go to Lucy's house by yourself. Roxy says, that's crazy, Anna. There's no way you're going there alone. Tim says, Roxy is right. I'm coming with you. Anna and I already figured out that we don't live far from each other. That's good. So Anna and Tim working together. They're going to go to the house together. That's good. Okay, Tim, can we go together in my car? I'll come pick you up. Tim says, all right. I'll get ready and wait outside. Good. Anna says, I'm on my way. All right, let's hurry up. Let's make this quick. I have a feeling somebody's going to send something my way individually. Shadow. Okay. We're talking back with Shadow. I urgently need your help. No problem. I can help you. I need to complete the hack on Lucy's home network for me. Remember, I mentioned her security cameras earlier. Maybe we can identify Lucy's house through them. Right. I think it has something to do with the driveway cars. Let me know straight away once you're done. Perfect. We only need 80 bics, but that's neither here nor there because we have unlimited bics. We have the flat rate bics, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. And we will do that in the next video. I have a feeling that we're going to figure out between those 3 houses, we're going to use the driveway camera to figure out which house is Lucy's. Whichever house has the one single black car, which has, if the house has double cars, one black, one white, and then if the other house, if it has 2 white cars, we'll be able to narrow it down between that detail alone. But Lucy is captured, and we're trying to work as a group to save Lucy. Shadow is now part of the Strangers group, which is great, but they seem skeptical, which is understandable, especially Julius, which we kind of figured that was going to happen. But I hope you guys are enjoying the healing. This was the start, the beginning of episode 2. Let me know what you guys' theories are down below. I am curious though, did you guys choose to contact Burned or get in touch with Shadow? If you got in touch with Shadow or tried to get in contact with Burned, let me know what happened in the comments below. You guys saw we reached out to Dr. Crow, and Dr. Crow was like, look, the great healing is beginning, and Lucy's going to become a better person afterwards, which, big doubt. big doubt. If you haven't already, and if you are enjoying the healing and this playthrough, this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join the Tethered. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.